Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Yogesh Singh Ji for the Presidential Address.
Namaste, good afternoon, good morning to all of you. Adarniya Ram Madhav Ji, old friend, thinker, author, President of Indian Foundation, New Delhi, Ambassador Ono Kechi, Ambassador of Japan to India and Chief Guest of the function, Dr. Rajiv Nayan, Professor Rekha Saxena, Head of the Department, Professor Sanjeev Kumar, Dr. Sumit, Professor Shri Prakash Singh, Director, South Campus, University of Delhi, Professor Amit Dholakia, my old friend when I was Vice Chancellor of MS University, Baroda. He worked with me as Registrar, and he is a distinguished professor of political science. Professor Sangeet Ragi, Professor Bipin Tiwari, Professor Amar Jiva, other respected distinguished professors of political science from India and outside India, delegates who have come here for discussions and presentations of the papers, deans, head of the departments, faculty members of University of Delhi, and my dear students, friends, good afternoon, namaste to all of you. थक तो नहीं गए? हाँ? बहुत देर हो गई, लास्ट टू स्पीकर थक गए होंगे थोड़ा सा. But it happens. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Rekha Saxena, Head of the Department Political Science, for the selection of the theme of the conference. Theme is very exciting, very interesting, very relevant, very apt and very timely also. Why I have used so many adjectives here, I will explain after some time. But as a Vice Chancellor of this old institution of eminence as declared by Government of India, I welcome you all in University of Delhi. Now here the title of the conference and the theme of the conference is India's Foreign Policy under Modi 3.0. Challenges and opportunities. Ram Madhav Ji has rightly said this Modi 3.0, like first term, second term, depending upon the elections. But yes, 3.0 is a reality. And as we all know, I do not know how many of you will understand this right now. Word order is changing and word order will change further on January 20th, 2025. This date, please note this date, students of political science, this date is very, very important. This date will change word order. What will happen on January 20th? Mr. Donald Trump will take office on this day with his running mate, Mr. J.D. Vance. Mr. Donald Trump will be President of the United States of America and J.D. Vance will be Vice President of America. So we will see a new world order with different challenges and new opportunities. That's why I said I would like to thank convener and head of the department for considering this theme, which is important because time is very, very important. And in most of the things, time matters. Timings also matters. And when India is in stable hands, Honorable Prime Minister has taken a sankalp. India will be a developed nation by 2047. And this sankalp has become the sankalp of every Indian. We also see our growth in this sankalp. When India will grow, we will grow. When India will become prosperous, we will also become prosperous. But for this, we need at least, as we all know, we need 8 to 9% economic growth rate for next 20 years. So decades are important in the history of any country. But when it comes to the economic development, 20 years is a good time. As Ram Madhav Ji has explained, and India is currently 5th largest economy, we will be 3rd largest very soon. But the question here is, how does foreign policy affect the economic growth rate? Is there any relationship between foreign policy of any country and the economic growth of that country? This is a question which should be discussed and deliberated in the conferences like this. But my view is yes. Because we need friends on international platforms to support us, to protect us, to understand our issues, and specifically the financial issues. When Ambassador of Japan to India, he said, we have 6 to 7% investments in India. Like they are investing heavily in India and Indian interests. So their position is also very, very important. We should take care of the interest of our friends also when we are talking about foreign policy. I also would like to ask a question. Please think that which three countries are actually friends of India, true friends of India? Obviously, we will not get a common answer. It is not neither possible. But if you think about 3 countries which are friends countries to India, but one common name will come, if we conduct a survey also, then also the common name will come. That name is Japan from every Indian. True friend of India. All times, time-tested friend. A policy should take care of friends also. That is also very, very important. Second, most of the Indians will say Russia. And some of the Indians, or like good number of Indians, will also say United States of America, situationally. But this situational word, this is my personal opinion that this situational will be irrelevant after January 20th, 2025. That's why foreign policy will also change accordingly. In this new world order, India will not only play a bigger and deeper role, but also an important and effective role under the able leadership of our dynamic Prime Minister, Adaraniya Shri Narendra Modi ji. PM Modi has a lot of interest in foreign policy, as we all know. He takes keen interest. And I would like to quote S. Jaishankar, our foreign minister, quote, I met him first time in China in 2011. He was very interested and willing to learn. A lot of his travels are to understand what is going on around the world. He is tech-friendly and open-minded. He is a person with great curiosity and gives a lot of time to foreign policy. He has a strong understanding of global policies and politics. His one sentence, ये युद्ध का समय नहीं है, summed it all up. I am still amazed by the people he knows and the places he has been to. Because in the theme of the conference, we have used Modi 3.0. It means what? Actions and mindset of Honorable Prime Minister is also very, very important to understand the foreign policy and what will come in coming times. So our foreign policy has strong impact, rightly so also, and influence of our Honorable Prime Minister. But any foreign policy and our foreign policy, what is happening? We should protect the interest of our country. This is the first and the foremost thing. We should protect the interest of our country. Ram Madhav ji has rightly explained with very good words, strategic things. But next is, which Prime Minister Modi has said many times, ना हम आंख झुकाकर बात करेंगे, ना ही आंख उठाकर बात करेंगे, हम आंख मिलाकर बात करेंगे. This equality, we are not second to none. That is reflecting in our foreign policy. Our Dhyavakya and the motto of our policy is Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, word is a family. When G20 summit came to India, this was our motto. We decided this motto, which is very, very relevant and related to Indian culture and Indian thought process. Another thing which is also important for our policy, foreign policy, in the new world order, where Prime Minister said, हम किसी को छेड़ेंगे नहीं और कोई छेड़ेगा तो छोड़ेंगे नहीं. ये समझते हो इसका मतलब क्या होता है? It has long and deeper impact. कि हम किसी को छेड़ेंगे नहीं और छेड़ेगा तो छोड़ेंगे नहीं. हम किसी के सामने रोएंगे नहीं जाके कि अरे ये मार गया हमको, ये कर गया और वो कर गया. So I would like to quote few famous lines of Hariom Pamar, which is also true reflection of our foreign policy, what is happening in our country and what will happen in our country very soon. भारत ने हर समझौते का आदी बनना छोड़ दिया. आई एम कोटिंग हरिओम पमार कि भारत ने हर समझौते का आदी बनना छोड़ दिया. कुछ बातों में हमने बापू गांधी बनना छोड़ दिया. नई सदी का भारत है ये, नई सदी का भारत है ये, 62 वाला दौर नहीं. हम भी दुनिया के दादा हैं, दिल्ली हैं लाहौर नहीं. हम भी दुनिया के दादा हैं, दिल्ली हैं लाहौर नहीं. हमने अपने संविधान से 370 मिटा दिया. हमने अपने संविधान से 370 मिटा दिया. नेहरू जी ने डाला था वो सांप गले से हटा दिया. नेहरू जी ने डाला था वो सांप गले से हटा दिया. नेक्स्ट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन, हमने डर को कूटनीति से दूर हटाकर रखा है. हमने डर को कूटनीति से, कूटनीति होती है डिप्लोमेसी, हमने डर को कूटनीति से दूर हटाकर रखा है. दिल्ली के सिंहासन पर एक शेर बिठाकर रखा है. दिस इज आवर फॉरेन पॉलिसी. दिस विल ड्राइव द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ आवर कंट्री. I would like to quote Honorable Prime Minister, India time has arrived. He said, India time has arrived. We are no longer just participation in global discussions, but we are shaping them. India cannot continue to be spectator. Those days are over. We are players and we have ability to assume leadership in many areas and we will do so. And our foreign minister, S. Jaishankar aptly said, a multipolar world is not an end in itself, but a recognition of the fact that no power can address the challenges of our time. So one power cannot address, but many can address, all can address. So India's leadership in forums like G20, BRICS and SCO showcases its intent to act as catalyst for redesigning the global power, redistributing global powers, fostering a system that accompanying diverse voices and interests. So we have capability to accommodate diversified voices and interests. And when I said January 20th, 2025, first impact of new world order has already come before this date. What has happened in Canada? What has happened in Canada? What will happen in Bangladesh very soon? I really don't know the timings, but what will happen in Bangladesh, please note down. Impact of January 20th, 2025. That's why Department has rightly said Modi 3.0 means prosperous India, responsible India, Atmanirbhar India, powerful India, and finally a developed India. That is our milestone which is to be achieved by 2047. In conclusion, Modi 3.0 foreign policy marks a transformative phase in India's global engagement characterized by strategic partnership, economic initiatives, keen focus on national security. We cannot compromise. A country of 140 crore people, we have faced the slavery sufferings of 800 years. We cannot afford to be complacent. We have to be very, very active. First act policy. Why not? Why should we wait? So India's soft power with right blend of economic growth. ताकतवर होंगे तो सब सुनेंगे, कमजोर को कोई नहीं सुनता. जब हम कमजोर थे हमें नहीं सुनते थे. जब ताकतवर थे तो हर 20 साल में आक्रमण हो गया हमारे ऊपर, हम अपनी आजादी को नहीं बचा पाए. Those are some of the issues which are very, very important and relevant when we talk about foreign policy of our country. Because India will be a developed nation. Very soon India will be a developed nation by 2047. And a history of any country, 20 years or 30 years, a very little time. But then challenges will be very, very different. We have to protect the interest of our country and boundaries of our country. So India's soft power, with right blend of economic growth, technological innovations, and regional security with cultural diplomacy, is reshaping foreign policy and placing our country on newer heights on the world stage and driving it towards a future of greater global collaborations and leadership. So now time is right. We all are very lucky persons. We are lucky Indian citizens where we have to play our active role in shaping the future of not only our country but also the world. World expects this from us because we have many things which we should deliver to the world. So right and bright minds are here. Please discuss, deliberate anything and everything under the sun. But keep under the framework of national interest first, patriotic interest first. Sometimes, we liberally, easily, comfortably cross that framework. Please don't do that. And if you will keep on doing that, nobody will appreciate that because India world order is different, but Indian internal world order has changed. We are not ready to accept nonsenses and nuisances unnecessary, but yes, India interest is first. We have to watch and keep this. Thank you very much.